Hey there, my name is Adil Khwaja, and I think most of you must be watching me for the first time. So, just a little introduction for me. I'm actually a qualified investment advisor and working in the mutual fund industry for the last 10 years and providing advice to my clients on stocks, bonds, futures, and forward contracts. Currently, I'm based in Pakistan and advising my clients for Pakistan stock exchange markets and specific stocks. And recently, I have extended my service and offering my advisory service for US equities and equities that are listed in the UK market as well. So today I have performed analysis on NVIDIA Corporation that is listed on S&P 500 and Nasdaq 100 index. I have some interesting stats for NVIDIA Corporation to discuss with you. This will actually tell you that why you should buy from this level or you should remain invested if you have already bought this stock. So let's start the video.
Let's have a look at their past performance. If you see their revenue that they achieved in the second quarter of this year was $46.7 billion. So this is actually increased by 56% year on year basis. This means that the result that was achieved in the same tenure for the last year was actually 56% down. And their revenue for the trailing 12 month is 165.2 billion dollars. That is also increased by 71.5% year on year basis, and their earning per share for the trailing 12 month is 3.56, and the growth in their stock is 26.71%. This means that if someone has invested about $100 on January 1st, 2025, their earnings would have grown to $126.71 by the end of the 29th August 2025, which was the last trading day. So let's have a look at their ratios and their interpretations. Their price to earning ratio is currently 49.62. Now, what does that mean? This means that the investor is ready to invest about $50 approximately to earn just $1. So this is the interpretation of the price, and it tells you that if your stock is cheaper or expensive in comparison with the other stocks that are available in the market. So NVIDIA Corporation is expecting their price to earning ratio to fall to 30.65x. This reflects strong earnings in the future. Now, how does price to earning ratio falls? Price to earning ratio is actually calculated with a formula, a current price of the stock divided by the earning per share. So in case of NVIDIA, if you see 174.3 is the stock price divided by the 3.51, their earning per share for the trailing 12 month, that gives you the number of 49.62. So assuming if the earning have grown to let's say 4.77, so how will this impact to the price to earning ratio? So you can see if the price remains the same, assuming that the price remains the same, that is 174.3, and divided by the increased earnings, that is 4.77, and you'll see the number of 36.54. So this is the example that how price to earning ratio actually falls. Moving forward, we have another tool or another ratio that is called PEG or PEG. This shows the number of 0.85. Now, how I calculated this number, for their calculation, we need to have a price to earning ratio and the estimated earnings for the coming years. But so in order to calculate the current PEG, I needed the earning growth for the last 12 months, which was 58%. So if we calculate the PEG, we need to have a price to earning ratio 49.62 divided by 58.08. That was the actual earnings growth for excuse me, for NVIDIA, and that gives you the number of 0.85. Now, what does that mean? So in case of PEG, if PEG is equal to 1, it means your stock is fairly valued. If it is below 1, it means that your stock is undervalued, and if it is greater than 1, this reflects that your stock is overvalued. So this is the interpretation of PEG. If we move forward to the technical and measures, we have RSI is actually 76.03. This means that your stock is currently oversold. Now, RSI is actually calculated on the scale from 0 to 100. If your RSI number is less than 30, it means your stock is oversold. There is a buying signal. If the number lies between the 30 to 70, this reflects that your stock is in the neutral position. If the number is over 70, it tells you that your stock is overbought, and this could signal a sell opportunity. But to me, RSI actually is widely considered for the short-term investors and the investors who are looking to trade on the daily basis. But for a long-term investor, RSI actually, does not consider more importantly. But again, it is an important tool to decide whether is this the point to enter into the market or take an exit into the market, because sometimes a stock is actually overbought, so it creates the overheating for the stock, and we need to, a stock need to, get back to their neutral position. So corrections are expected if RSI is over 70. Another tool we have, that is moving average convergent divergence, is giving the number of 27.76%. So any number that is a positive number, meaning a greater than zero number, it signals the upward momentum is very bullish. So in case of NVIDIA, it's 27.76, meaning the short-term trade, that is for the 12-day, is well above the long-term trade of 26 days. So signaling strong upward momentum. Uh, a very amazing tool is beta is 2.14. Now, what beta tells you? Beta actually tells you how much volatile is your stock. If the beta's number is again less than 1, it means your stock is less volatile. If it is greater than 1, it means your stock is highly volatile. This means if the Nasdaq index grows by 1%, NVIDIA Corporation's stock is likely to grow by 2.14%, and vice versa. If Nasdaq falls to 1%, the stock is likely to fall by 2.14%. The forward outlook, we have the estimated revenue for the next quarter, for the third quarter by September 30th, is 54 billion plus minus 2%. So this is their estimate target, but the strong statement from them is that they are not assuming any shipment to China, because as we all know that the China is the region that remains under the export restrictions by the US, and their estimated earning as per their revenue is 1.24 earning per share. As compared to the last quarter, we had a number of 1.05 earning per share, and for the next quarter it's 1.24. So if they meet their target, their EPS would stand for $3.99 for the fiscal year 2025, which will be ending on 30th September 2025. So let's assume again, if the price remains at 174 by 30th September, we assume that we might see some correction in the near future and then price get back to the normal position. So let's assume that if 174 is the price by 30th September, their price to earning ratio could fall to 43.6x from the current position, which is 49.6x. So this would make the stock cheaper by $7. So if they achieve their desired targets by September 30th without any shipment to the China, so this will actually encourage the sentiments of their investor, and they're likely to invest more, and this will push the price up. So last but not the least, I would like to conclude and make a recommendation for you. If you are already having this stock, I would strongly suggest that you should hold this stock, or if you haven't invested in this stock, you should buy, because if you look at this number, the RSI, maybe in the overbought condition, but this may not favor for the short-term investor, but the long-term investor should not be bothered by this number. We have another numbers that are actually signaling more upside to this stock. So MACD is again a positive number, favors the long-term investors. PEG is again below 1, reflecting strong buying signal, and any potential shipments to China. So this could uprise the revenue as well as the earnings. So we are not actually expecting the shipment to China, but if in case of any shipment made to the China, we might see, you know, some surprising results ahead.
So these were the numbers actually I wanted to share with you. In my opinion, the company NVIDIA Corporation is actually fundamentally very strong, and it has provided a consistent performance for the last six consecutive quarters, I guess. And I can see if they achieve their desired target for the next quarter without selling any shipment to China, this would be a huge result. So I would recommend to buy NVIDIA Corporation and enjoy the earnings over the next 2 years. So if you want me to perform analysis, such analysis on any of the stock listed in US and UK, you can again contact me through my email address investingwithadeal@gmail.com. Thank you very much. Have a good day.